It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
And welcome to this week's Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, last week you played at home against Southridge and beat them and lost to Castle away. But a lot of teams at Newcastle this year.
Yeah, and Joe, I thought it was a good weekend for our kids. I think a tough weekend. Obviously, going on the road to Castle, as you had mentioned, that there's no shame in losing that game for sure, because Castle up to this point probably one of the best teams that we played on our schedule, just from an all-around standpoint of how big they were, physical. Their guards are experienced. They can hit shots. I mean, they just hit you from a lot of different ways. And I think that there was a great deal for our kids to learn over the course of that game, especially with, a lot of the youth that we have on this basketball team. So it's going to make us better going forward. That's one of the biggest reasons why I added that game. It was a late add to the schedule, actually. But we were really happy to get that game in. And unfortunately it didn't work out for us, but we're hopeful that that's going to help us come March, going forward. But all in all, a split on the weekend. I thought the Southridge game, I thought our kids played really well, hung in there. I thought Southridge played well, it turned into more of a kind of a grinding out type of game. We had a really good end to the third quarter. Made a defensive play, got the ball pushed. Marcus Becker gets a 3-point play right at the end of the third quarter and puts us up by 11. And then we had a really nice fourth quarter there, finished it out, made our free throws. You can just tell that this basketball team's improving, and that's ultimately what I want out of our guys is to continue to improve, continue to get better, and we want to be playing our best basketball here coming in the 1st of March.
And I took another peek at your stats this week, and the great thing is, out of your top 5 scorers, every class is represented.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And we obviously in that Southridge game, I mean, Trent had a monster game. I mean, Trent's been sensational. I mean, he had 31 points, 13 for 15 from the field, very efficient. Hits his free throws. I mean, just does a lot of good things. Offensive rebounds. But at the same juncture there too, JT Smallwood gets 10 in that game. I think Marcus had 8. I mean, we had a lot of things going on. Jesse Weatherholt gets 6. And I thought that Jesse probably had his best game since probably the first time we played South Spencer. So it's nice to see him coming along, and here he is, just a sophomore. So I think all of our kids are progressing. I think they're working hard every day. I mean, that's been a staple of these kids in this program. I mean, they come in, they work hard, they get better. And I think that they were able to see some of those benefits on Friday, and Saturday at Castle. I mean, you can't shoot 31% and have 20 turnovers and expect to win. But I think Castle had a lot to do with that. They're very good defensively, I think that I'm just curious to see how we react coming into this weekend. Hopefully, we learned a great deal from both games this past weekend, and the goal is to try to go get 2 wins this weekend.
And we'll be back on the Nate Hawkins Show right after this message from our sponsors to talk to Kim Brown, head basketball coach of the girls Patriots. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network on Milligan Brosberg Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays. Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined in this segment by the coach of the Lady Patriots, Coach Kim Brown. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Coach, first of all, let's talk about how the season for the Patriots has went so far this season.
I think, of course, every coach says we could be better, but I feel like it's goal to play hard all season, and we have improved. We let a couple games slip away that we thought we should have won, but we're at we have 11 wins right now. But more importantly than the win total right now is the fact that the kids are getting better, and hopefully we'll be getting primed for the sectional commit next week.
And looking at your schedule, your losses are all to teams that are good.
Yeah,
Washington, Edmonton North, etc.
Our schedule, over the last few years has gotten a lot tougher, which we've really worked to get that to happen because, you want to play good teams to make yourselves better. And if you get a loss here and there, but you play your hearts out, and the girls do the best they can and give a good team a great challenge, you feel pretty good about it.
And before we get to the sectional draw, why don't you talk about some of your players?
Well, my team's led by Hadley Linton, the seniors, and Ella Sneeders and Grace Mangan. They do a good job of leading the younger kids, and we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids on the team. Right now, my entire bench is freshmen due to 2 transfers. So we have a lot of younger kids injury or illness and everything. So I look down the bench and I've got 4 freshmen sitting there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go. So my seniors, Hadley, of course, everybody knows Hadley. You know, he's a great shooter, great ball handler, leads the team in just about every offensive stat you can find. And I got Ella Schneiders, who is a defensive hound. She always gets the assignment to defend the best player on the other team, and she does a great job at that. And then Grace is our one big on the team, and she's our defender under the rim.
And I'll tell you, and I told Coach Hawkins this the last time we talked. When it comes to Heritage Hills, it's always a familiar name: Litton, Schneiders, etc.
Yeah. I mean, these kids have played, from day one. They're thrown in the mix as soon as they became freshmen, and haven't taken a step back since. We just keep throwing more at them and more at them, and they take on the responsibility and just keep going.
And you'll play in Sectional 32 at Gibson Southern in Class 3A, and the draw came out Sunday. How do you feel about your draw?
We got the bias. You can't ever gripe about that. The thing about our sectional is it's tough as nails every single year, because every single year you're going to see either Gibson or you're going to see Memorial. And for I think the 3rd year in a row, we're going to see Memorial as long as they outduel Mount Vernon, which I would suspect. So you got to get through one of the two every year. So we'll have plenty of time, since we got the bye, to try to get ready for them.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us on the Nate Hawkins Show, and hopefully we'll talk to you after sectional again about a sectional championship.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Wellspur Communications. We'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays. Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
We're back on the Nate Hawkins Show. Nate, I'll tell you what, the Patriots are lucky to have you and Kim as coaches.
Well, I really appreciate that, Joe, and it's nice to have those kind words. But we feel, both of us, I know Kim, as well. I think we both feel very lucky to just be a part of the Patriot basketball program. And I'll be honest with you, Joe, I think that I think every day, that I'm very blessed to be the basketball coach here at Heritage Hills, and I feel like I'm a pretty lucky guy. To be around all the great kids that I've had through the years here, being my 6th year. I'm sure Kim would tell you the same thing. We're really just enjoying the moment, and it's just been so much fun being around these kids, watching these kids grow, and the current Patriot team that we've got right now. I mean, just watching them grow, and some of our youngsters just being a part of them over the next few years as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, this week you've got Friday night and Saturday night affairs. You've got Friday night, you're playing at home against Mater Dei, and Saturday night you're driving down to Rockport to play the South Spencer Rebels in the Battle of Spencer County. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Well, I think it's going to be a really fun weekend, Joe, from the standpoint of, both games are going to be competitive. You start out with Mater Dei. It seems like every year that we play them, it's just a battle. I mean, just an absolute battle. I've known Kurt for a long time. Good coach, does a nice job with those guys. The way that they play and the way that we play are very, very similar. They like to get up and down the court just like we do. So I think it should be a really fun game. They've got a big kid inside that plays pretty well around the basket. He'll step out on the perimeter as well. They got some quick guards that can shoot it. They're going to press you. They're going to trap you in the half court. I mean, our kids are going to have to be very, very good and very efficient on the offensive end for us to find a way to win this game. But it is a game that I think that we've got it at home. We've talked about this as a group. After we lost our first home game to North Posey at home, it was like, okay, we don't want to let this happen anymore. And we took it upon ourselves, and our team has. To kind of represent our home floor, and up to this point, they've done a great job of that, and they understand. We have Mater Dei, solid team coming in on Friday night, but it is at home, and we want to keep this winning streak going on our home floor. And then you turn to Saturday at South Spencer. South Spencer, very good basketball team. We played them in the PSC Classic earlier, about a month ago. We were able to get the better half of them, shot the ball really well. South Spencer's, they're led by Holton Compton. Holton got 32 against us the first time. We're hoping we can maybe slow him down a little bit because he was an absolute handful. Can play out on the perimeter, 6'6" kid, post up, does a lot of good things. Just knows how to play the game. We know that. Going into that game, it's going to be a lot of fun just from the standpoint of that Spencer County rivalry, and the atmosphere was great the first time, and we expect it to be even that much better this time when we play them. But if you're going to win on the road, Joe, I always tell our guys we've got to make sure we defend, number one. Number two, we got to make shots, and number three, we got to take care of the basketball. And I think, against Castle last week, we only did one of those three. And, it's just not good enough. So if we're going to go down there, we're going to win Saturday night. I mean, those are the three aspects and the three things that we've got to do and we've got to shore up in order to win a game. And I think that's why we won the game the first time. I thought we defended well. We shot the ball really well. And we took pretty good care of the basketball. Against their pressure, and they'd like to trap a little bit too in the half court. So, we're going to have to be very efficient, and I think if we can do that, I think we put ourselves in a really good position to get 2 wins this weekend.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing next week about 2 victories.
I appreciate that, Joe, and as always, thanks for having me on.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, Howard Milliken Buster Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn about Heritage Hills basketball every week. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.